welcome. Gonna have a solo hum stream today with wildly different string lengths than I normally do. So this should be fun to get used to. I hope everybody's having a good day so far. That was close. Yo, how's it going? How's it going, Des? Yeah, I was trying to get stream started for a little bit, and it took me a little bit longer to get set up than I thought, but we're live now. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Come on. Ah, that was close. Yo, how's it going, Lucas? Vacation was good. Yeah, it was a really good time. Had a chance to visit with my wife's family and some places I lived in Korea. So yeah, it was super fun. And I got a lot of good yo-yo clips, so stay tuned. There's a few of my favorites getting posted later on this weekend. But how are you doing, man? I heard that you had an interview coming up with Google. That's awesome, dude. Congrats. Yo, how's it going, Spin Master? I use a bunch of different yo-yos for solo hum. I usually use Japan Technology Japan Technology Seals. But right now I'm using Amulet Pros just because I wanted to try something different. But I've used a bunch of them. I've used Jet Sets, I've used iYoyo Unlimiteds. I've tried a bunch of yo-yos for solo hum and they're fun. It's throwing me off. I'm using a much longer string than I normally do for the first string, which is simultaneously easier and harder. It's easier because the rolls are slower and you have more string to work with. But it's harder because like all of my timing is off now. But oh well, we'll figure it out eventually. Yo, that is so sick, dude. That's awesome, Lucas. Congrats, man. I hope that it goes well. Oops. Yeah, I'm getting used to the spacing more because I've never done this long of a string for the main string, so it's throwing me off. But it's all good. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday so far. Still working through jet lag, so I'm going to be streaming at random times this week. Dang. Kind of wish I had started with longer strings sooner, but that's okay. Okay. What do I do now? I'm in a predicament. That's okay. Dude, I'm blowing my own mind right now. I'm surprised that that actually sort of worked. How's it going, Cody? Glad you're enjoying the tricks. It's kind of wild to be doing two yo-yos at the same time, huh? But it's fun. I've been learning the style this year and it's been really fun to get into it. But it's also got a lot of room for error, I'll tell you that. I will get that trick consistent somehow, some way. But for now, I need to get this string untied. There we go. Wonder if with the longer string it'll make it easier to do leg orbits. I've been trying to figure out solo hum leg orbits, but I haven't been practicing solo hum that much recently because I've been out of town. Man, I really need to figure out the timing for that. It was so much easier with longer or shorter string. Okay, the other issue is figuring out how to not get that to tilt. Because, like, doing those recaptures, like, I want to figure out those recaptures. And there's got to be a better way to do it than that. But I'm just kind of experimenting at this point. And also smacking my hand as well. You know, it's part of the process. Missing binds is also part of the process. It's all good. Alright, let's try that again. Starting to think maybe I have a string that's too long. Yeah, because like I have to. The thing with that stall that I keep trying to work on is that your hands need to be far enough apart that the string kind of stays like this direction. But with a shorter string, you don't have to move your arms apart as much and it's flat. But with longer string, you have to move it further. At least that's what it feels like I have to do. Yeah, and when I do it, I'm just misaligned. Not sure how we got that happening. Every now and then we get some snags for no reason, but that's fine. Hope everybody's having a nice Wednesday so far. Oh my goodness. There's a trick there where like you do that somersault to the side and then you bring both your ears to the middle and spread your arms apart and they spin around each other super fast. So right now I'm trying to figure that one out. So we'll see how it goes. It's a super cool trick to watch. I'm still trying to figure out how to actually do it. My goodness. This string length is just throwing me off so bad. But we're experimenting, so it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It keeps getting the yo-yos off center, or like off axis from each other. Okay. Seriously? Might need to switch to some yo-yos with slightly better response, but I really want to get better with the Amulet Pros. Dang. Come back. Ooh. Oof. Was this in the wrong spot? Goodness gracious. Dang, I almost had that. That was close. Dang. We're gonna get that trick today somehow, some way. Oh no. Ah. This is going so many weird directions. My goodness. Okay, that one's not savable. But this one is. Mostly. Dang. Man, we're getting there. We're getting there. Still getting used to time zones here at home. Because I got back from a trip to Asia literally yesterday. And the time zone difference is like 13 hours or something. Like, it's some huge time zone difference. And so like I landed the same day that I took off, earlier than I took off. I took off from Korea at like 10 a.m. and I landed at 7:30 a.m. on the same day in America. And so it's like really throwing me off right now. But it could be worse. I am mostly awake for the most part at this point, which is good. And getting some time to practice, which is nice as well too. that mostly worked. Alright, we at least got it up once. But it's gonna snag and hit me in the hand. Or not. I need to get these lined up better. They keep landing off axis. Or that happens. There it is. I do have light up yo-yos, but it's mainly just for glow in the dark. Like they're glow in the dark yo-yos. So when it's a bit later at night, sometimes on the weekends, I'll do glow in the dark yo-yo streams with a black light in my yo-yos, which is a lot of fun. But it only really works if it's dark enough to have the black light make them glow. Oh no. But that's okay. Do them. Honestly, it's not really dark enough here right now for those to glow. Otherwise, I would. I mean, like, I could still use them in general, it's just they wouldn't be glowing. That was some sketchy timing, but we made it. Yeah, when it gets dark. Yeah, I might stream again later tonight when it's dark and try it then. Cause like I've tried making my room dark during the day to do glow in the dark streams and it really doesn't make it dark enough. Oh, let's go. I don't know what to do from this point. Ah! There's an actual trick you can do from that. Have I unpacked it? No. I probably should. But I mean like unpacking, streaming, like priorities, right? I'm just kidding. I'll unpack after stream. I'm trying to like do chores in like phases so I don't get too overwhelmed with it, you know? So like I did laundry last night and I did some cooking earlier today for the rest of the week, like some meal prep. And I did some vacuuming earlier, and so now I'm just taking a break from chores to kind of hang out and yo-yo a little bit, and I'll eventually unpack. Oh my goodness, those are so off axis. Why do these keep going off axis so much? I feel like I normally don't have this part of a time keeping them on the same axis. Yo, how's it going, MJ? Can I do the gyroscopic flop? I can, yes. Let me swap out yo-yos for it, because I can't really do it on an off-string yo-yo too well. But you can on a more normal yo-yo. So let me grab one real quick. Got one right behind the camera. Gyroscopic flop is a really fun trick. Oh, it's a fun one. Yeah, no problem, man. Glad you liked it, and thanks for the recommendation. There we go. No, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're liking the tricks. It's a lot of fun. I've been doing this for 15 years, so at this point I kind of yo-yo just to express myself and have some fun. But I have been doing some competitions too, but especially on stream, mostly just doing it for fun and to practice. Miss Music, yes, it is a yo-yo. You guessed correctly. I did not hop out the wrong way. Or I hopped out the wrong way, is what I was trying to say. There we go. Back in business, got out of the knot. Hey, how's it going, Des? Let's see, what's the best off-string yo-yo that I use? So, I don't know if I necessarily own like the best off-string yo-yo ever, but I really do like most of the yo-yos from Japan Technology. Like, they make really good off-string yo-yos. I am unsponsored, so this is my own opinion. But I really like the Japan Technology seals. The Amulet Pros are really good, Jet Sets are really good. I really haven't found one of their yo-yos I don't like, honestly. But there's a lot of good yo-yo brands for off-string now, which is really nice. C3 makes really good off-string yo-yos, Yo-Yo Rec. Wild makes some really good ones, so you've got lots of good options now, which is great. Can I do the DNA on the one that I use? The off-string yo-yo that I use, or the one I'm using right now? The off-string one. I have not yet learned the off-string DNA. I am still figuring out horizontal off-string. But I did start to figure out a little, like, the beginnings of horizontal off-string, so I will hopefully get the off-string DNA here not too long of a time. Yo, that's awesome, Des. Good luck with filming your video a day. Let me know how it goes. I do have an off-string yo-yo that has a finger spin dimple, if that's what you're referring to. The iYo-Yo Unlimited, which is also a really good off-string yo-yo. It's just like, when I land it, basically when I do an off-string throw horizontal, I don't quite have enough spin to get an off-string DNA, so I need to get a better horizontal throw before I can really get a DNA going on it. But someone asked earlier, and that's like the unlimiteds are my glow in the dark off-string yo-yos, in case anyone was curious. Dang. Come back. The other day, before I went out of town, I pulled off Yuki slack horizontal, and it was like a little trickier than I thought it'd be. Oh, dang, that was so close. I almost finished this clean. Ah, we'll count it. Well, I'm glad that you've been enjoying the stream, and I like to chat with people and chat when I can, So I'm glad it's been a good conversation. Thanks for chatting. Do you also yo-yo? It seems like you know more about off-string yo-yos than the average person who's never yo-yoed before. So I'm just curious. Figure out which one of these has the short string. Oh, nice. What styles do you do? That's the long string. Dang. Close. Unresponsive. Nice. That's a fun style. It's one that I feel like you could go so many different directions with it. Like you can just kind of chill and vibe. You can go really fast, you can go slow, you can get creative, you can get aggressive. Like there's a lot of different styles of tricks you can do with 1A, which is fun. Do you have a favorite 1A yo-yo? Trying to figure out how to dismount from that. There's a way that you can do a somersault kind of a roll and get it to go basically back to a mount where you can get it around your arm. I'm trying to figure it out. Let's see. So if we end up here, what do we want to end up here? I don't know, I'm trying to figure that out. The Atom Smasher, nice. I don't know if I've tried the Atom Smasher. Ooh. No. No. Regen tricks are really fun, but they're so easy to mess up. Oh, nice. If your real channel account is a violin channel, do you play violin? Dang. That was so close. Austrian combos are so fun, but they're also so hard to keep on camera because you have to move around so much. And also on string because, well, it's not connected to the string. Yeah. Your axle got stuck in it. So like, are you not able to unscrew it, basically? I think I have that issue in one of my seals, actually. I think this red seal, this one that I usually use for solo hum, I think actually also has a stuck axle at the moment too. I've tried to get it out and I can't really get it out. Let's see here. No. Trying to figure out a direction to go with that kind of a combo. So like, go to chopstick, chopstick, whip, that'll bind. Although that could make for an interesting regen to bind off that. What direction would it be going? So if we're here, oops. That's also a fun bind. Trying to get it to look more like more of the illusion of like the string being like straight out in the air, you know? Oh, that's close. I was at Yo-Yo Club like a few weeks ago, and I was trying to learn a regen combo idea, or an element, where like at the end, you kind of like, you whip over and then like stall, kind of like stall the string in the air somehow, like, I don't know how, but there's some way to stall it enough in the air to do a bind. I think what I might have to do for now is like stall it on my arm until I can figure out how to actually stall it in the air. But that's still a good idea though, which is good. The other thing with regens is they can get a little sketchy on what direction they're going to go. I almost forgot which. Like, I have like a whip that I do from that, and I forgot how to do it for a second there. There we go. I always have to remind myself when I haven't done it in a while. Dang, I thought, oh, that's because it was going the other direction. I was like, why didn't that bind work? I now know why. It's spinning the wrong direction. There's a whip you can do there too that I keep missing. It's supposed to be pretty straightforward. There we go. It's supposed to be basically the inverse of that whip. So you have like the more forward whip, and then you have the inverted whip. And doing them back to back could be some quick points in a competition. That's also a pretty good combo right there. That's a pretty good one. Let's see here. So, dang. I wonder how high that would score. I'll probably ask in the anti-yo-yo chat at some point. Speaking of the anti-yo-yo chat, is anybody planning to watch the anti-yo-yo contest this upcoming weekend? It's going to be the biggest online yo-yo competition of the year, and I have a freestyle in off-string, as you might imagine, based on this stream. That's hopefully going to be a fun one to watch. But there will be a ton of people competing in all the different divisions. It's going to be hosted by Justin Dower and Chris Toledo and Hunter Ferrestein. So some really top level yo-yo talent at the moment. So they're hosting and judging it, which should be a lot of fun. I did it last year for the sport division, which is the amateur division, and this time I'm going for a pro, so we'll see how it goes. It's also my first freestyle where I'm doing solo hum, which is what I was doing at the beginning of the stream with the two yo-yos at the same time. Didn't quite go as well as I'd hoped, but it was my first freestyle doing solo hum, and all things considered, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, speaking of solo hum, we haven't done solo hum in a little bit, so maybe let's get back to solo hum. Or not. We'll try again, hang on. Just a second to get set back up again. All right. I keep pinching the string when I should just let it slide, because that's why it keeps smacking my hand. That, and because my hands are starting to get a little bit sweaty. Every time I stream in here, it just gets really hot because the door is closed and my computer might as well be a built-in heater. Whatever, that'll do. So this is solo hum, in case you weren't here earlier. This is a style where you use two off-string yo-yos at the same time, and they're rolling around each other as you do tricks, which is a lot of fun. But it's also very easy to drop the yo-yos. or to get tied up in a knot with both strings. But it's still a pretty fun style, and especially right now it scores pretty well in competition from what I've heard and what I can tell. Plus it's also just like a fun style to do in general. So I've been trying to get better at it. Well, that happens sometimes. If there's anything I've learned from being a yo-yo player, it's how to untie extraordinarily complicated knots. Oh my goodness. Those are so off kilter, holy cow. Whoa. Come on. Let's bring it back. There's not much. Okay, there's no salvage in that one. We'll just try again. That's okay. I'm trying a much longer string than I normally do, and I'm not at all used to this length, and so it's like the timing, the spacing, even the throw, everything feels different, which is throwing me off. But at the same time, it's nice to have the extra space. But it's just like, I don't know, when I catch it like that, it makes the yo-yo tilt so much on the landing, and I don't know, man. It's kind of annoying, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's because like you have to, like for that style, you have to pull your hands like really far apart. Otherwise, like it'll fall off the string. Yeah, and the thing is, like when I pull my hands super far apart, like it's not straight, and so one of them almost always falls off. I might need to use a shorter string again, as much as I don't want to. I think I'm gonna switch to yo-yos that have shorter strings. 1 second. And get some water. If y'all are enjoying the stream, appreciate you being here. Alright, let's see which one of these has the longer string and which has the shorter string. Come on. Okay. Let's see if this is the one with the shorter. This is the short string. Oh my gosh, this string is so old. I really need to switch it out. So then this probably has the longer string. Yep. Okay, so notice how much less long this string is. And that almost certainly snagged on that vine, but you know, we'll find out when I smash my knuckles with this. Or not. See, now I'm not used to my normal string length anymore either. Okay, whatever. We got it going again. Oh, that was closer than it's been this whole day so far. Anybody got any fun plans for today, for the weekend? I know we're not really like that close to the weekend, but you know we're halfway there. See, that was so much closer. I don't know. I'm so much more used to the or the shorter string. It's just so much easier to keep track of. But like, I feel like in the long run, having a longer main string would probably be pretty helpful. Don't know. Well, yeah, I thought I could. No. Yeah, man. Soul hum is fun, but it's hard, man. Hard but fun. Well, that was a good one. Good, now they're not lining it that way either. Dude, I don't know what's going on. I had this going just fine yesterday. Now, for some reason, I can't land these stalls anymore. I don't know what's going on. Okay. That happens. It happens. Yeah, I think these strings are like too old as well too. So I might have to just deal with the long strings for now. Just remind myself which one of these is which. This is definitely the long string. All these different string lengths are driving me crazy. Also, I have a hunch that the chat stopped working a while ago, but that's okay. If people have been trying to chat, I apologize. For whatever reason, my chat has not been updating, and I'm not sure why. This chair is kind of in the way, not gonna lie. I might move it out of the way for a second to do some behind the back tricks, but I'll bring it back in a minute. Just so I have a little bit more space back here. trying to freestyle some behind the back trick ideas, you know. I want to get better at them, you know. Because those tend to also be A, very fun, and B, score well too. Dang it. Screen. No. Woo. Almost went to a reverse body orbit, which is not what I was going for. Just trying to freestyle a little bit over here, you know. See what I can come up with. Behind the back tricks are fun. They're just hard to land. As you might imagine, these kind of tricks can get you kind of dizzy. Not gonna lie. Okay. I also just got these sweatpants and they're baggier than I thought, and so sometimes the string gets caught on it more than I expect. But that's okay. It's all good. Lost control on that one. It's hard to maintain control when your yo-yo is flying around in the air. Surprised they caught that. That's why. So it's like on a bit of an angle, so when I try and like whip the string, it hits the side of the yo-yo. I'm not sure how to avoid that. But at least see what the problem is now. You know. That's the other thing to be careful about with off-string yo-yos is that they can sometimes hit you in the hand pretty hard because they snag. Seriously? Honestly, kind of surprised that one didn't work. Like I know why it didn't work, but I'm surprised it hit my hand. No. Dang. Yeah, stuff like that keeps happening if you're not careful with the snags. Also, again, I do apologize. I think the chat stopped working on my end at least. So if y'all are chatting, I am not seeing it, unfortunately, and I don't really know what I can do to fix it. Maybe I can take a look here. See if there's something. Maybe I can try it from a poll. You know, like, can you see chat messages? Yeah, so maybe we'll try that. Because see, now I don't see any chat messages. There we go. Okay, now I got it working again. Okay. So, sorry about the fact that I've been missing a lot of these chat. I finally got it working again. Yes, unresponsive can be played like off string. And Lucas, it's I'll wait till you get back, Lucas. No worries. It is not a it's not a contrail. It's actually an Amulet Pro. Okay, we're good. All right. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. I don't know what was going on with chat, but I've got it working again. So apologies if I missed anyone's messages, but I think I've responded to basically everyone now, except for Lucas, which I'll respond to when he gets back. There we go. Sometimes that works. Every now and then I get lucky when I drop the yo-yo and I can somehow bind it before it runs away. Even if it's like bouncing away. What am I trying to do? boy. It can get a little tiring. It's fun, but definitely a good workout, that's for sure. There's another cool trick that's like, it's like a Diablo trick where you can like double on the roll. Like you can double the string over the, I don't know how to describe it, but like basically like it's like doing a trapeze almost around the yo-yos, and they're like simultaneously winding and unwinding, and so they're in this like perpetual motion, which is really cool. I haven't quite figured out how to do it, but now that I have a longer main string, maybe I can. But my gosh, this long string keeps throwing me off so bad. But that's okay, you know, it takes time to get used to a different setup. It's all good. Just like sensitivity on a video game or using a different IDE while you program or something. Oh, I think that might have been the idea actually. I don't know how to keep it going, but like, I think that might be the idea. I'll mess around with that a little bit more. I'm really curious, because if I could land that, that would be pretty fun. That felt like it was like the right idea. It feels like that's the right idea. I just don't know if it's like actually the right idea. And I need to recruit some off-string yo-yo players to come to some of these streams. Sometimes they do come sometimes, but this one's during the day because I have the day off for work. Well, I have the rest of the week off for work because I start a new job on Monday, and I am currently in between jobs. No, I will figure this out somehow. See, I feel like it starts and then it gets stuck. So I'm wondering if I'm doing the wrap the wrong direction. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe I'm supposed to wrap it the other way. Or not. I don't know how I would wrap it the other direction though, that's the thing. It feels like it's starting. I really do feel like it's like starting to go the direction it's supposed to go. I just don't know exactly what to do to keep it going. And I don't know if any of you have tried to learn solo hum before, but there's really not that many tutorials for solo hum. It's mostly just videos of people doing solo hum, and occasionally from different angles. There's really only a handful of tutorials. That was loud. There's really only like a handful of actual solo hum tutorials. So I feel like once I get to the point where I feel like I'm consistent with solo hum tricks, I might actually try and make some tutorials, but I'm still far from consistent. I swear that it's getting close, like, I don't know, man. Now I feel like my chat stopped working again. I don't know what's up with my YouTube today. Maybe if I can like close the chat and reopen it. Let's see. Okay, so I'll hide chat and then I'll show all messages again. Huh. I don't know. For some reason my chat's not working too well, so apologize if you've been trying to ask me questions or tell me something and I'm not seeing it because YouTube for whatever reason is just not showing it to me. I don't know why. Tell you what, I might end stream and hop back on in a minute to see if that fixes my chat, because like I don't know what is going on and I can't seem to fix it right now. So we'll get one more throw in, give it another attempt, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I'll end stream for a second and then hop back on, see if that fixes my chat issues. But thank you all for being here. I'll be back in a little bit. Give me just a sec.